Hi, my name is Karen, and I'm going to be explaining today how our family creates a budget. First, we'll go through how we create an expense list. Number 2, we'll talk about how we figure out and set our income. 3, we'll add the numbers to a digital budget on Google Drive. And 4, we'll balance the income and expenses so they match. So our first step is to create an expense list. I've already created ours here with fixed expenses at the top and variable expenses at the bottom, which include mostly wants at the bottom and needs at the top. Now, your list may look similar. However, there are definitely going to be some differences, such as your rent is probably not only $100. We're living with in-laws right now, so that's a little bit lower than normal. And perhaps you don't include spending or other such things. However, the principle behind it is the same. Make sure you create an expense list before you put it into the budget so that you know where you spend your money. The second step is to set your income. So right now, Kenneth, my husband, is the only one working, and he makes $13 an hour, and he's paid bi-monthly, but I still budget as if he's being paid bi-weekly because he could get 90 or 100 hours a paycheck, but I budget as if he only made 80, so we have some hidden money if we need it. Okay, so $13 an hour times 40 hours a week times 2 weeks in each paycheck is about $1,040 before taxes. We figure it'll take about 18% out for taxes, so I multiply this number by 0.82, and we get about $850. So you can see 850 times 2, which is in the month, we make about $1,705, right? So I'm going to put that number here, about $1,700. I'll just round down. The next step is to add these numbers to our budget. So we've got our income and expenses. I'll show you how to open your own monthly budget on Google Drive. Click New, click Google Sheets from a template, and it'll be under the personal section. Since I use mine a lot, it's under recently used, but if you haven't used it before or don't use it a lot, it can be found here. I'll go ahead and click that and get it opening. Now when it opens, it'll kind of give you some suggestions. It'll have a starting balance already right here, and down below, once it loads, I'll show you, it'll already have maybe some numbers of planned expenses and planned income. And you can just set those numbers at 0, as well as the numbers on the transactions sheet at 0, so that you can have a clean budget. Now I've already created ours, so I can show you. And it has our expenses here, all these, and then amounts already put in. So you can see that the planned income and the planned expenses don't match. The expenses are more, which is not very helpful when you're trying to stay within your budget. So what I'm going to do is adjust this section down here, numbers in this section, because these are more of wants. They're not necessarily needs or fixed. So let's drop down eating out to $30. The doTERRA order to 60, and 100 down to 60 for vacation. So now we have our planned expenses and our planned income as matching. And that's the last step, balance expenses, and you now have a budget that you can use for the month and stay within it. Thanks for watching.